It's Friday. Traditionally, the end of the weekday work week day work day. I need more coffee. How are you doing today? So, yesterday, I made a video on Final Cut Pro X. I told you I was going to edit it on Final Cut, and I did. And I didn't like it. Just didn't like it. And I wonder if I would feel that way if I just knew the software better. There are things I definitely encounter things where I'm like, why is it working like this? This doesn't make sense. But I know that it only doesn't make sense because I don't fully understand it. I bet if I fully understood it, I would have less frustration. But I also just, and this is probably coming from just because I know the other software so good, it just feels like the other software works better. There are things about it that make more sense to me. Just logically, how you would move around footage, how you would cut things up. But I think the way, because I've been doing this for like 2 decades or so, a software like Adobe Premiere is what I've been working on for like nearly 20 years. So I know how to manipulate the system in a way that is very quick and efficient, and certain ways that I cut things and move things around and organize things, it goes down to the very core of how I work. So to change that with something like Final Cut X is like Final Cut Pro 10, apparently, according to Matt Miller. I'm supposed to say it like that. That makes sense. That's real hard. But I also don't even know for sure if in the end, if I were to know the software backwards and forwards, if it would be any better. Because it seems like there are things that it can't do that Adobe can do. And when I exported it, if you'll look closely at the intro that I made in Final Cut yesterday, it's pixelated. It's a little bit pixelated. And then right after the intro, it's a little pixelated. It's not because of YouTube's streaming. It's because of the file itself. And I exported it the most default way that I could, basic, with like just 1-to-1, like this is the quality of the video, and it was a big file, and it had those pixelations in it. And that doesn't seem right, now does it? Maybe I'm sure I could do something to change that, but why was that? Why does that happen? Because in Adobe, it's really easy to just like click, boom, export, and it was never really hard. Then again, I know the software, that's true, but something seems off. Something seems off about it, and me just struggling with that one software, you could probably blow up to be an issue that people would have with an entire computing system, Mac versus PC. So the gap to bridge is great, especially if you've been using PCs your whole life or Macs your whole life. I'm sure, though, because it's an entire operating system, I'm sure both have advantages and disadvantages that are bigger, and probably more options to make it work, either one work the way that you need it to, than like one editing software does, So what I'm saying is, like, I feel like someone who likes Macs could probably learn to like PCs, and someone who likes PCs could probably learn to like Macs and make them work the way that they need them to. But it would be hard. That's the challenge. We can't. And then you could blow that up even further to the world and political ideologies. It's so easy to assume that one is better or more logical just because it's what you know. That said, I don't want to diminish anyone's political ideologies. There are certainly things that I side with and don't side with. We're not going to get into that. But there are also many instances in the world where both systems can work. Not just politics. I mean, and I'm not. There are certain things. I shouldn't have even brought up politics, but because there are certain ways in politics when you make a decision, almost every time someone is going to be at a disadvantage. So that's challenging. But like in any system, it's often the case where both can be good, and just because you don't understand one doesn't mean it can't be good. That's kind of the idea that I right now just am interested in fighting against. Just like the home buying versus renting. Like, I don't like seeing people get so angry and stalwart about their side being the right side when it's perfectly reasonable to assume that both sides can work. So I'm fighting against people fighting against things, I guess. That's just where my mind's at right now. And today I'm going to try to get as much work done as possible working on this video as well as the documentary. But China is going to our new house and dealing with some renovation stuff while I stay back and watch the baby. So it'll only be during nap times that I will be working today. How are you? How's your day? How's your life? We should be moving in to our new home on the 20th, around the 20th. 13 days. I really want to move in now. I like our new home. Spent a lot of money on it. I must like it. And I want to be there. And I like Madison a lot. I'm not as excited about where we live now. I want to live in Madison. I want to eat sushi. I haven't had good sushi in a long time. Well, in Japan I had good sushi. But I haven't had good sushi in the United States in a long time. And I want it. Believe it or not, Japan has good sushi. Believe that? Can you believe that? Yes, you can. Okay, thank you. Hope your Friday's going good. I hope you have a good time, good life, good stuff. See you Monday. I might do... Nah, not today probably, but I want to do another WheezyNews video about this. Probably Monday, I guess. I'll just do the WheezyNews video about this Apple video. Okay. A public video. Okay. Bye.